Ladies and gents, welcome to UX, and this is the drug that works too well. Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. Okay, what's with the drug videos suddenly? I like it science, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been like, I guess it's awareness thing. Kurzgesagt is getting so big that they feel like they have responsibility to bring a lot of awareness through science, which is like, yeah, there is that. So I guess it's good. This is about amphetamines, as thumbnail tells me, I guess. Yeah, there's many, different type of amphetamines. I think the famous one is Adderall, which I don't know if we have that here or not. I'm pretty sure we don't. But it's like one of those. If any of you taken it, I don't know if is it over the counter. That it can't be over the counter, right? It's like I'm pretty sure it's higher class of drug, but it basically makes you very like focused and aware. I'm pretty sure it triggers dopamine and basically adrenaline as well. I don't know. I think dopamine, at least I know that. And it makes you really focused. So for a lot of people who has ADHD and things, that medicine is prescribed. But a lot of people who like, let's just say, taken something that makes them not so, I don't know, like focused or like they're sleep deprived, usually use that and usually abuse that. It also have many dependency as well because it's central nervous system stimulant. But then again, a lot of, like sleep pills and shit, sleep pill and shit, right? You call it Xanax. I don't want to say sleep pill, but that's how it's prescribed. So a lot of these pills, right? Xanax, and then what is it? The other one's called. You have these names basically, right? So forgetting the name of that, but there's other one as well. You basically use those two, right? It depends on which you like adapt to or not. So people use that, then people use Adderall for focus, and yeah, there's many things like that. But usually this for like ADHD and shit like that, right? It's going to be interesting to see deep dive on how things work and I guess what's the problem that is, right? Because that must be in this. So yeah, let's do this one.
Amphetamines can drive you through brutal work shifts, push you through boring study sessions, or keep you dancing till dawn. They fuel ambitions and sharpen minds. We've given them to soldiers to fight harder and to children to help them focus. Today,
yeah, there is that one as well, right? Let's not, There's blue, it's the blue one, right? Breaking Bad, that is as well, like that's intense. I was just talking about the legal one, but this is also that, okay.
Of brains are running faster than evolution had ever planned. In the last 15 years, amphetamines have become one of the fastest growing drug markets in the world, second only to cannabis. Like any drug, amphetamines can be used to escape reality. But unlike any other, they promise to help us master our modern world. What makes them so appealing? And what happens to your body once you take them? Supercharging your brain. Almost everything humans do relies on focus and motivation. Whether you're working, playing, studying, creating, working out, partying, or fighting, you need to push through exhaustion, silence distractions, and stay in sync. Amphetamines are stimulants and do just this.
I don't know why you're showing working out. You should never be on anything if you're going to work out. Your heart would blow up, by the way. This thing that makes you, I'm saying this thing and not saying the name because I don't know how much YouTube can take. So I'm going to be vague whenever, but this thing, legal or not, if you do it and you work out, there's a major risk there. First of all, it affects your central nervous system. It's a central nervous system depressant. That's the name, right? A lot of pain pills are also similar, like they're CNS depressant. It's in the name. Central nervous system is crucial when you're working out. If you make this, first of all, you're probably not going to be as strong, as strong as you can. I have experience when it comes to pain thing and working out, like I knew the strength difference. I was less stronger. Not to mention this thing that affects your like focus and dopamine can literally make your heart explode at times. You might have blood pressure issues. This is fucked up.
Extremely well. They come in three main types: plain amphetamine, methamphetamine, and MDMA. Meth is an extremely potent and addictive version, and MDMA or ecstasy has some quite unique effects, but today we'll focus on plain amphetamine, sold on the street as speed or as prescription drugs like Adderall or Vyvanse. The main effect of amphetamines is to trick your brain to massively increase the levels of dopamine and noradrenaline. Dopamine is the chemical of motivation and excitement, like the rush when you're about to beat that impossible boss in a Souls game. Noradrenaline makes your mind awake, focused, alert and sharp, able to precisely and quickly move your fingers to perform the combo that destroys the boss. Dopamine says, yes, this matters, and noradrenaline gives you the tools to make it happen.
If you're one of those people who can play Souls game or any games like that and have that feeling, I envy you. Because at the stage I am like, I don't feel that anymore. You know, it's like it's a video game. Like, if you can feel this, you have a good life, let's just say.
On amphetamines, you aren't simply excited, but plugged into a hidden power source. You can quickly absorb and react to everything around you. Your attention is locked in the moment. In the best case, you enter a state of flow easily. Your mood is lifted and boring tasks seem more engaging. Distractions become less distracting in the face of your goals. Your heart pounds faster, your breath quickens, and sweat beads on your skin. Hunger fades, and fatigue dissolves. Other stimulants like cocaine peak or fade quickly, maybe crashing you and leaving you more tired than before, but amphetamines lift you up and hold you there for 4 to 14 hours. Back in the day, amphetamines used to be prescribed for all kinds of problems, to lose weight, fix your depression, or against nasal congestion. Nowadays, they're mainly prescribed for ADHD, a mental disorder that makes it hard to concentrate on things you find boring and to control your impulses. ADHD brains are basically looking for a reward that never comes. Amphetamines solve this by providing this reward, turning a super easily distracted scatterbrain into a focused one. In the last decades, ADHD diagnoses in kids and adults in the US have skyrocketed, leading to an
By the way, that doesn't mean that it's higher. We just notice it more. There could be a much higher number back in the day, but like most people didn't know that. We are getting better and better with detecting things. This is fucked up, and a lot of mental issues are really fucked up, like depression, ADHD, like they all have their own version of it. ADHD, like the dopamine feel never comes. You're just always like, that's a hell in itself when you think about it. That's so fucked up. Depression is also like, okay, great, I climbed Mount Everest. All right, whoop-de-fucking-do. Like, what am I gonna do now? So fucked up, man. Right? When you really process that, it's so fucked up.
an unprecedented amount of prescription amphetamines. But amphetamines aren't just drugs, they're tools. Performance-enhancing tools perfectly aligned with our most mainstream ambitions. And if they manage to keep you awake and focused better than coffee or energy drinks, why not get your daily performance boost with a dose of...
Yeah, people do that with Adderall, right? People drink coffee because of alertness. But Adderall is whole on the fucking level. People do that a lot. I'm not gonna lie, we don't have Adderall here. If we did, like, I don't know if I would take that or not, because when you think about like, okay, I have to do this and this, and I need focus, it's not that easy, especially in modern life, where you can just sit back and just scroll through your social media and shit. Sometimes you're like, oh, I have to do this, and motivation isn't there, focus isn't there. It's like, yeah, it's hard.
of amphetamines. They're made in labs, prescribed by doctors, and safely taken by millions after all. So their legal and illegal use has surged in many workplaces, particularly in very stressful or highly competitive industries that require long hours and intense focus. From tech to finance bros, from cooks or truck drivers to surgeons or nurses.
Or video game developers. Oh my god, this is life and death. I have to make this video game for some people to play, and that's so important. I get it, it's all finances, but still, it's a video game, for fuck's sake. People like crunch hours, that was a real thing. People nearly like never slept in the last hours before game launched. Like, what the fuck is even that? It's a video game.
In the US alone, more than 4 million people illegally use prescription stimulants. Especially college students have started to rely on them more and more, not to party, but to push for better grades. Concentrating and studying are hard enough on their own, but even more so in times where short-form videos and endless scrolling have nuked our attention spans. Some believe they have undiagnosed ADHD, that their struggle to concentrate is a flaw that needs chemical fixing.
Yeah, there is that element as well. Everyone thinks they have some mental disorder, even though it's just basic focus that they don't have, which is up to them. Not everybody has ADHD, not everybody has depression. You're not feeling well because you think you have depression, and you just like, that's a cycle. Our brain has this cycle thing. You need like, let's just get out of sofa and do something mentality. And modern world is so restrictive, especially anti-social thing that is becoming a thing now, where people don't talk to each other. They're always on like some WhatsApp or some kind of like messaging, DM me shit. People don't want to talk to each other. This this just spirals out of control. It's not a mental issue. It's literally like human-made thing, like you can solve. But people just say, oh, I also have this. I have depression, I have ADHD, I'm on the spectrum. Really? Are you sure about that? Did the doctor properly diagnose you and told you that? Come on.
Or they simply want an easy edge to achieve more. Imagine you're cramming for finals. Someone offers you a pill and the fog in your brain lifts. 8 hours vanish in a hyper-focused blur. Should you take another one tomorrow? This is starting to sound like a commercial. But the frank reality is that amphetamines promise an easy fix to things that many of us struggle with. But of
Mental
course,
addiction.
nothing good in life comes for free. Speed crash. The dark side of amphetamines comes in 2 flavors: unpleasant side effects and serious health risks. The least negative bad experience may be that amphetamines work, just not for the right thing. Instead of finally writing the paper that's due tomorrow, you hyper-focus on grinding your game, and then the day's over. Congrats on the new item, but you'll still fail your class. More serious is that noradrenaline puts your body into fight or flight mode, which can make you feel nervous, tense, and on edge. Your heart beats faster and your breaths are shorter.
That's why people combine this with Xanax. I can say that. Which is kind of fucked up in itself. First of all, there is such thing as called dopamine overload, right? There's this whole fucking thing of, if you do certain type of drugs together, you're basically screwed. That is one of them. But people do that shit all the time, right? I've seen doctors prescribe certain pain things with this and even sleeping things. You can't combine those two. What the fuck is wrong with you? I get it, you can change a dose, but it's still problematic. Unless you have somebody in front of your care, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't just give them and go send them home. That's fucked up thing, right? Sometimes we hear about, I don't know what happened. They're just the guy just we brought to him hospital and he's just gone. We don't know what happened. This is type of shit that happens. Sometimes things that's supposed to help you ends up fucking you up because the doctor was a moron. I don't know how frequent that is, but anything is too much to me. You're a doctor, people trust you. You probably had higher grades to become a doctor. Being doctor is such a high scale thing. There is no higher scale than that. You need 95, 97 percentile over if you want to get admission to doctor college or something, MBBS or anything. You don't get otherwise. You're talking about highest tier, smartest people, and if they can fuck up that's just to me that doesn't make sense.
Which is exactly how your body feels when you experience anxiety or panic. Suddenly, you feel extremely worried or can't stop ruminating. If you're already pretty stressed or anxious, this can worsen your anxiety or even lead to a full-blown panic attack. On the other hand, your motivation can overshoot. Your patience shrinks to almost zero, and you can feel wired and very annoyed at people because they speak and think too slowly, making you jittery and pretty unpleasant to others. Amphetamines also make you numb towards the needs of your body, so it's easy to forget that you need to drink, eat and sleep. You may suddenly realize that you're totally dehydrated, tired and shaky after neglecting your body's needs for hours and hours. And while amphetamines lengthen the
okay, the pain thing, which is badly pain things, tramadol, makes me not hungry, which as a this guy is a concerning. I need to eat. I'm at gym 9 times a week, twice sometimes a day, because I have to have that frequency. Otherwise, I'm at a stage I won't see growth if I don't do that, and I'm not willing to do the syringe thing. I'm not going to do it. I'm not fucking up my health like that. So I have to be there. I'm seeing growth, but yeah, there you go. But the not eating thing with that is insane. So there are many things that your brain will suppress, and dehydration might be among them. This is too high scale than the one I'm talking about. So I can just imagine the level of not being hungry, level of not being able to drink things because you just don't want to. That's insane.
The time you can stay awake and be productive. If you took them too late in the day or too much, it may just be impossible to get to sleep as your mind can't stop racing, making you exhausted the next day, tempting you to solve the problem with another dose. If you take too much, all the enhancing effects can reverse, leaving you nervous, restless, obsessively overthinking, or outright unable to focus on anything.
Heart thing is insane.
Some prescription amphetamines like Vyvanse stay active in your system for up to 14 hours, so if you have a bad trip, you may have to wait it out. And the come down can also be pretty harsh. After hours of being bathed in dopamine and noradrenaline, their levels drop suddenly. You may feel extreme fatigue, your mood can crash, leaving you feeling low energy and depressed. You may experience a fresh boost of anxiety as your brain tries to rebalance itself. And of course, there's addiction. First of all, constant artificial dopamine highs can totally disrupt your emotional baseline. Swinging from euphoric and super focused and driven to stressed and tired is pretty unpleasant. If you take amphetamines regularly, you build a tolerance, needing higher doses to achieve the same effects, which raises the risk for all the negative effects. Maybe at the beginning amphetamines were the solution to finally do your homework, but after a while you just feel completely unable to.
Yeah, in the future, I can see certain things coming out which is literally beneficial to you with no side effect. I think there's already Xanax type SSRI. I don't know. Yeah, no, not SSRI, but yeah, benzodiazepine. So there are like certain things that are in works right now, which certain trials have shown has close to no side effects and close to no dependency as well. Just thinking about it blows my mind. Like we are at the stage now where we are gonna have something which doesn't have any of these weak points or side effects. Like damn, that's next level. But those days are coming now. We've come to where obesity drugs. There are certain drugs which again doesn't have that much of a side effect or any permanent side effect as far as we know of. Maybe we need more years to see. But it was great for obesity. It ramps down your like fat percent very fast, right? With close to no issues. And knowing how much obesity fucks your life up, like this is not even a conversation. Your doctor will prescribe you that for obesity, and there you go. So we are reaching that point where medicines are getting that like cyberpunk level intense. Basically just means there is no give or take, it's just give now. Take is getting lower and lower. You can just take and you can just like, yeah, it's just getting better. But we kinda just started now. 50 years from now on, like, we wouldn't have to worry about all this. And there would be philosophical issues. Like, yeah, it doesn't have side effect, but is it good for our society type of shit? Right now, we are talking about the medical level.
Study or work at all without the boost they give you. It can be hard to get back to your normal baseline afterwards. Okay, not ideal, but can amphetamines destroy your life? Well, maybe.
Yeah,
definitely your brain and heart.
Can.
The flood of chemicals that boosts your brain can...
It can. Anything that fucks with your brain, it can definitely fuck with you. Your brain is you. Anything removes your baseline when in your brain function is a problem. Dopamine baseline gets haywire because of this. That's why you have this kind of like a resistance to it. So you have to increase the dose. And when you stop, there is no dopamine. It will feel like you're the most depressed person in the planet. That has issues. Same thing with the pain thing. Same thing with the Xanax and things. Yeah, these things have real issues. There are certain things, let's just say, proton pump inhibitors, which is basically acidity drugs that people give you. Omeprazole and things like that. I don't know which one is common there. This thing also fucks with your brain. It will tell your brain to not produce acid in your stomach a lot. Does it have a problem? Yeah, it has many problems. It has many interactions with drugs like this. Nobody talks about it. I don't want to say too much, but I've seen doctor not talk about it, but I'm knowing it well, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why are you not talking about this? There's too many things that doctors are winging it sometimes. Maybe they have experience in the past that nothing happens, which is also fucked up. You don't know which person is what or how much tolerance a person has. Or maybe they just like don't know about it, or like there's a million things to know and they just forget about this. There's many things that affects your brain directly will have problems. And it will be, in any medicine, it will be marked as red if you have this like medicine which doesn't come in like, well, you have pharmacies there, which literally fills up medicine, make medicine themselves. I'm not talking about that. Anything that directly comes from like, what is it called, Pfizer or something, directly comes from that, which in proper packet, there will be like red marking, H2 or shit like that. People like, oh, it's just basic like cold medicine. No, there's marking means it's not so good for you. You have to take it if doctor has given you because alternative is worse. But people sometimes just abuse it without even going to doctor because it's over the counter thing. I don't care if it's over the counter. Check the label, man. Consult doctor before just doing it yourself. People say, "Oh, what this gonna do?" People take like, what is it, paracetamol? What is it called? Acetaminophen or something, right? People just chug that down. It will damage your liver over like a gram or something, 2-3 grams over. But still, like over a gram, it's a problem. People don't know this. They just chug it like it's just paracetamol. No, it's not simple thing, man. People take modern medicine as like it's just like some Ayurvedic shit or something, some natural shit. It's not. It's extraction. It's very, very potent.
Overwhelm it, mixing noise and signal and turning clarity into chaos, leading to psychosis. You can no longer tell for sure what's real and what's not. Typical symptoms are bizarre thoughts, hallucinations, and paranoia. In most cases, they fade once the
That one there is not a real human. That's a reptile. That clip from airport, from plane. I'm not flying this plane. That MF is not real. Probably effect or some shit like this, right? Something fucked up with the brain.
drug wears off, but sometimes they stay for months. And for a minority of people, they can evolve into full-fledged schizophrenia, changing your life forever.
Yeah.
Amphetamines speed up your heart, and over time, even mild increases in blood pressure can damage vessel walls, causing them to thicken, narrow, and lose elasticity, which forces your heart to work harder. If you use them long-term, this can lead to serious complications like cardiac arrest or an irregular heartbeat. And in high enough doses, especially mixed with other stimulants like cocaine, amphetamines can trigger heart attacks, tear open major arteries, or burst blood vessels in your brain, leading to strokes, even in young people. How likely is this?
27-year-old. Yeah, had stroke, and I'm like, I'm 32. I checked my blood pressure. I'm not even close to having a stroke. Now I don't remember what the reasoning was, or I don't know. Basically, I don't remember exactly. But that shit is insane. If you have stroke, that is really fucked up. Your brain just went haywire. Your brain is not something you want to fuck with. Heart is an engine. Let's say you can survive a heart attack and you can put pacemaker, this and that, million other shit. Brain, there's not much you can do. If you have, just it goes pop. If you don't die, there will be permanent damages that you will feel and everybody will know of. Like it will be visible. You don't want to fuck with high blood pressure or anything that fucks up with the high blood pressure. And obviously heart is attached to it. You don't get high blood pressure without heart acting out as well. So you got like double whammy there. This is why for muscles, I don't want to do that. I think Kurzgesagt needs to make video. Like if somebody give word to Kurzgesagt as a suggestion, like make that video. Because that is the thing in modern fitness world. Because nowadays I see a lot of people flexing and having muscles. 10 years ago when I was doing this, people used to, are you in military? No, I'm not in military. Because people were literally surprised like I have muscles. But 10 years now, like million things have changed. And I guess in Western world, it has amplified 100 times. Everybody wants to build muscles. And because of TikTok and shit, everybody wants to fast track that shit. I think Kurzgesagt needs to make video about that in detail. Because that is a million times more fucked up than any of these things. It will shorten your life. If you were about to live 80, you will live like 60, 65, 70 maybe. And that is just the start of it. Everything's fucked up if you do that. So yeah, it's just like this. You never want to F up with blood pressure and like heart issue and brain issue. That's just, to me, that's insane. If you know this and if you still do all these things, like for what?
To happen. Today, it seems that low-dose prescription use over the short term for ADHD is relatively low risk, while chronic and especially heavy use in healthy people is probably harmful.
Dude, that applies to even paracetamol. Like I said, the most simplistic, basic medicine you can think of. Tylenol, I think you call it acetaminophen, paracetamol, I don't know, whatever you call it. That is the most basic antipyretic thing you have. That, if you take it for like with higher doses, like I said, gram, 2 gram over it. Gram is probably like depending on your size, maybe by like 2 gram or higher. That will fuck up your liver. That you will have overdose of that as well. So if that thing can fuck you up, any other medicine, like if you take it in a large amount, yeah, it's going to mess you up. This is more tempting because it fucks up with your brain and like take more, your brain tells you that. But yeah, it's in the end of the day, if you go with prescription and do what doctor tells you for your issue like ADHD or something, these are magical and miracle medicines. But if you fuck something up, like you can't blame science. I was seeing Joe Rogan like benzodiazepine and all this, like Xanax and all this are like fucked up thing, the most fucked up thing that ever happened. Are you fucking kidding me? These are one of the best medicine there ever was. If you abuse it, how is that medicine's fault? How is this scientist's fault? What are you talking about?
If you want our opinion after our research, amphetamines are a huge grey zone. A part of society runs on speed because it wants to work more, be more focused, faster and longer. For some people, they're an effective way to treat a real underlying condition. For some, they're a great health risk. Without medical guidance and proper care, amphetamines can turn you into a terribly on-edge, anxious and unpleasant version of yourself. They are an easy but also a short-term fix, and probably not a sustainable long-term solution if you do not have an underlying condition. You can brute force your mind and body to do what you want them to right now, but amphetamines are not helping you to acquire better habits or to grow and become a better version of yourself. But we're not the health police. You do you. But hopefully, you do so as informed and responsibly as possible.
There is police though, because this shit is illegal a lot of times if you don't have prescription.
Luckily, there are other ways to see.
Yeah, well, go to brilliant.org forces nutshell and support this channel. Yeah, this is like really good series. I don't mind it because it like, I'm surprised that I know what I know about this because his reaction is now like 30 minutes. Like, okay. Even I was surprised, like I know all this shit. But yeah, apparently I do. But yeah, and also with the tramadol thing, it affects my memory, by the way. There have been times in previously because of pain, because I hurt myself in certain way, let's just say, without going into detail. I know certain words. I can think of it, but if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you would know that, like which videos were that. But like, wait a minute, I know this name. What the fuck was that name? This is simplistic thing. I can't remember the name of it. That's a temporary thing while I'm on tramadol. After that, like I'm normal. But that tells me there is a permanent side to this. If you do it more for long term, I won't be surprised if your memory is damaged, where you can't remember now permanently whether you're on it or not. People need to realize there are no long-term studies that much because it takes money. And why would you do that? Pharma companies aren't going to do that. They're like 10 years. FDA needs 10 years. I'm going to give you 10 years. What about 30? What about 40? What about, like whatever, right? What about certain doses for certain? What if all this variation? Nobody's going to do that study. There is no single study when it comes to back. Okay, how does back muscles work? We have to extrapolate from something. There is no direct, like I'll try to find it. I spent 6 hours trying to scour through all this shit, real study in real places, from real labs. There is no direct study when it comes to back. That shit is insane. So like people like, oh, I'm sure like people have found it. No, not really. Like you always should take everything with a grain of salt. If something affects you somewhat, that might have permanent effect to it. Be careful. Alright, well, that was the drug that works too well by Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. If you like my next one, don't forget to subscribe and yeah, I'll see you next time.